Yes, guys. Yes, people, we're back. Fuck the timer. We don't need the timer. I've been streaming for too long. I can't be bothered for it anyway. It's good to be back. It's good to be back. Capital Conflict back for another episode. And yeah, we're in a cup final. We actually decided to play like Chelsea for the first time in ages, albeit it is Middlesbrough. I don't want to gas it up too much, but that is the first time in ages where I've seen a consistent 90-minute performance from Chelsea. We'll delve into all of that. We'll talk about the latest with Arsenal and Tottenham. And I say the latest very loosely because we've said this on enough streams. This is the worst January transfer window on record. And it's not just because of the lack of movement. I can accept the lack of movement. Sometimes you don't need to get transfers in, and that's fine. But the amount of bullshit stories that I have heard, the amount of reposted, rehashed rumors, it's lazy. It's so lazy and it is tiring. I've heard the same Gallagher news for 25 days, the same Broya news, the same news on Osimhen, on Tony, Benzema. Benzema is the most disgraceful link out of the lot because there's literally no depth behind it, but they can just peddle up a story and everyone's going to drink it up because nobody knows what's going on in the Saudi league. It's pathetic, man. But it's good to be back regardless. Big up to everybody that's locked in. Sub to the panel if you haven't done so already. Links are in the title. Sub to everybody. And yeah, big up. Henry, what are you telling me, my guy? You all good?
Yeah, I'm good, man. We're the only team doing transfer business. And we got an FA Cup tough game on Friday. But yeah, I'm doing good. Hope you both are as well. Big up everyone in the chat. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm happy to be back on, man.
Yeah, big up. It's good to have you both back on as well. Northside, what are you saying, my guy? You all good? Coming off a 5-0 win at Crystal Palace. I didn't catch any of it because I was at the airport, but was it good? Was it? I mean, your 1-5-0, I expected, was at least semi-decent.
Yeah, it means nothing. I'm moving on. I'm supporting Villa and I'm supporting City tomorrow. So, yeah, man, agendas have got to run. You know what I mean?
I hear
You're
it.
right, Henry?
Yeah.
You're biting your nails. You look a bit nervous there, bro.
Listen, I only see one team winning, and it ain't Man City.
Are they gonna go scoreless again at your ground?
Well, the curse is going to continue. Curse is going to continue. 7 games or 6 games, whatever it is, no goals, and just holding more L's than Sheffield United. If we can play City
James
every
Maddison's back for the game too, isn't he?
I don't know if he's going to play. I think he might get 20 minutes. I don't think he's fully fit. He's only had like 2 or 3 training sessions. But even having him off the bench to make an impact in the last kind of 20 minutes will be a game changer. I was talking to Big Steve last night. I don't think they're going to start De Bruyne. Haaland won't be in the squad. But it's still Man City, in it. They've still got players that can hurt you for 90 minutes. However, their record at our place, even with a fully fit De Bruyne, with a fully fit Haaland, something just, I don't know what it is. Like, I was talking to Steve last night and he was saying he actually feels there's like a block there. There's like a mental block there because this is a team that have won 5 trophies in the last calendar year, yet can't score a goal at our ground. Like, it's absolutely madness. Everyone's got that team, but when it comes to us with City, nothing goes right. Whether it's a refereeing decision, a VAR check, a goal, a corner, I think it will happen again. And I just think for some, by hook or crook, we will stink our way through to the 5th round. If it gets a replay, then it's curtains because we ain't going up to the Etihad and winning. But you know,
that wouldn't suit either of you.
Sorry,
that wouldn't suit either of you. That I'm trying to have a look at some of these scorelines because I'm trying to see if there's any familiar patterns with it. If it's a thing of you guys scoring early potentially, because I'm seeing that you seem to score early in between either the first or the second half whenever you face them, and that might be what they struggle.
It will be a very end-to-end game. I think it will be similar to their game against Newcastle. I just don't think we'll be as clinical as Newcastle were that game. I mean, the finishes from Gordon and Isak were unbelievable. We're going into this game. The big like red flag for us is we're not going to have Heung-min Son, and this guy's got like 10 or 11 goals against Man City. We're going to have Johnson, Timo Werner, and Richarlison. Like that front three,
an amazing front three.
That front. If we beat City with that front three, then something's clearly going right for us. But like, as I said to Steve, and I said to Northside and Lee this week as well, If we beat City, I expect us to go very far, or if not all the way. If Man City are out and Arsenal are out, the only teams to avoid is Liverpool. Like, I know we haven't got a great record against you boys either, Chelsea, but getting past Villa is going to be a big test as well. Obviously, you'll be very confident because you're in a final. But Emery's already won at Stamford Bridge once this season. It wouldn't surprise.
We kind of gave that to him. We should have beaten Villa. Poor finishing, and Poch turned into a bitch.
It wouldn't surprise any Chelsea fan right now if Emery won there. It wouldn't. Looking at the season you're having, the fact of how consistent you are, and then if City are out, it's just Liverpool. If we get Liverpool, as I said to Northside earlier, we might as well not play the game. It's curtains because our record against Liverpool is absolutely horrendous. 2 wins in a decade in all comps, home, away, every comp.
What? Records are there to be broken, man. Where's the spirit? Where's the spirit of Big Ange?
You beat him last time, so you're unbeaten under Ange. Could run that.
No, I know we're shameless, but listen. Even I can't do that.
Come on, bro.
But then again, if we beat City like that, like knocking out Man City, the holders of the FA Cup, surely that'd give the club like confidence going into the next round.
They'll have to.
You know what will happen? We'll beat City and then get Liverpool away. That would just it will happen. Or we'll get Stamford Bridge away. We won there like twice in 30 years. Like it's just something with this. We're saying with this cup, but it's the only cup we can win now. Let's be real. We got to go out all for it. Arsenal are out. Man City or Tottenham will be out this weekend. Chelsea or Villa will be out this weekend. You know, like it's up for it.
United might be out. I wouldn't back them against anybody, even Newport. They're always capable of some stupidness. You never know. This is why I'm not even like fully against Spurs going into this game on Friday. Like, I could actually do with you winning potentially. Take Man City out and everybody has a better chance.
City's got 9,000 fans coming to our stadium. That's a record of any Premier League ground attended in the FA Cup. 9,000. That's nearly Bournemouth Stadium in our away end.
So is that the whole lower tier then?
Where you were, so you only had the lower tier. They've got the upper tier and to the left and to the bottom of it. They've got a massive section. And they're going to be up for it. Like,
they're going to be loud.
Huh?
Are you going to the game?
Absolutely not, no.
No? Come on, it's Big Ange, man.
Yeah, I know, and I could do a bit of content with Tobes and Steve, but absolutely not. Like, I'm not going to the ground at the moment. It's just ridiculous. Everything about it is so expensive. Like, do you know there's no trains back to Manchester after 9:45 for the City fans? So they can't get back.
I kind of get that because it's the same thing when we go up to Manchester. If it's a late kickoff, you're pissed. You need to get a hotel.
Yeah, but
especially if it's United. Good luck.
But 9,000 fans are going to have to drive home, Ubers, taxis, stay in London. Like, I don't agree with it, man. Like, I just don't agree with it.
Yeah, like I don't get why they put on the Friday night when Chelsea Villa's on the same night. It's not even televised. You could have had one night and one the other night.
So which game is televised? Our game.
Yeah, your game. Ours ain't on the UK.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like,
I don't get it. Why'd you put they're the two biggest games in the fourth round? Man, Mal, how are you putting them both on the same day? To appease what? It's crazy. I don't know. Well. Even for Villa, it wouldn't be that bad for them if it's on the Friday night. Like, it's only an hour and a half. There's usually trains going up to Birmingham to like 11, 12.
Yeah, it's. I don't know. I'm slightly confident. I'm not to the level of confident as X and Toby, but it's Man City. If they beat us, it is what it is. Like, can you be pissed going out to Man City?
With your recent record at home against them, potentially. Like, it all depends on the way you handle that game. If you just get bopped off the park, then maybe it's just a case of you shrug your shoulders. But you've shown you can step up against them. You had Davies and Emerson in the back two, and you kept Haaland quiet.
4-4 back.
Drew 3-3.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you're capable of it. So it would be disappointing to an extent. That's your last realistic chance of a trophy, unless you seriously believe in the league still.
No, we ain't winning. We ain't winning the league.
Yeah, so that's your last chance of a trophy. That would be disappointing.
Yeah, but if we go through, it'll be there'll come a point where let's say we're in the quarterfinals and we got a massive game in the top four. There's this narrative that the top four is the bigger priority. If we get through Man City, I want us to go full out. Nothing else matters. Go and get that trophy. We haven't
And
won an
to
FA
be
Cup.
on major fraud watch if I see him throw the FA Cup away for top four. Major
agree.
fraud watch.
I agree.
Even in
We
spite
won
of
an
all
FA
the good
Cup for
football and
33 years.
everything, like I can't stand managers that do that. Get me the trophy.
Well, you lot are in the final.
Yeah, like Poch actually decided to clock in and do his job for once. Right? Actually surprised me. I saw a good lineup. I saw decent game management. The substitutions actually helped us. Tactical decisions that actually led to goals. Build-up play. He benched Conor Gallagher. Didn't see that one coming. He seems to live and die by him, but the biggest game of his Chelsea career, and he drops Gallagher. Fair play. I didn't expect that from you. You've shown you have a few brain cells bouncing between your ears. Now just use them a little bit more, Use them a bit more. Like it was a very good performance. You played well throughout the full 90, scored every shot on target. Only Mudryk and Broja looked bad. And now we're in a final. Now, we got a chance to get Poch trophy pictures. I could actually run some Poch prop with full shameless
left back. That's a change. Co will not play left back.
Yeah, he put a left back at left back, and look how much comfortable we look. Even if it is Chilwell, and he had a good game as well. We're growing. He's taking a step forward now. Don't moonwalk back like you've done numerous times this season. Take a few more steps forward. You have an opportunity. You have a literal get out of jail free card with this Carabao Cup. Do not waste it. If we lose to Liverpool because of your dumb lineup or your dumb game management, then yeah, anyone who's even Poching at that point, you're deluded. But for now, this is the first game I've seen in this run of form that we've been on where we actually look good. We actually look like we played a good game of football. It's just, I can't really gas it too much because it's Middlesbrough. These men drew to bottom of the table Rotherham before this game. The fact that we were even 1-0 down says a lot. I said it on the other stream. If you tell me a month ago I beat Middlesbrough 6-2 on aggregate, I ain't gassing that. I'll be like, all right, cool. Kind of expected that. Well, I'd be like, raw, we actually scored 6. Fairs. But that's it. It's Middlesbrough. Villa's next. Liverpool's next. Liverpool away. Here's your real test. Show me how you can set up and get the team ready for that game. I'm not going to expect the best lineup against Villa because we're going from Tuesday to Friday. It is what it is. Liverpool, though, you're going from Friday to Wednesday. So you now have a lot of rest after that point. So no more stupidness. Make up the ground that we've lost because we should be in the top 4 race right now. I'm sick to death of our players getting cooked every week because of this manager's incompetence and inability to set them up in the right way. Now, play catch up, get us back up to the top 4 race, win the Carabao Cup. Hey, maybe we look back at the season with a positive, but I'm not drinking the Kool-Aid yet. I've seen it enough times with this football club this season where we've had one good game and about 3-4 bad ones after that. All the victories that we have look like a bag of crap and we just played a dead team like Fulham or Luton or God knows, Crystal Palace. Just these meaty teams with no output that just don't ever put you down for making mistakes. That's going to go soon. So we'll see. We'll see. But it was just nice to have a game of football that didn't make me feel sick for 90 minutes. I'll say that. And also, if Poch wins the trophy, everyone's man pissed.
In terms of Poch, right, if he wins you the League Cup and you finish 5th or 6th, would you keep him for next season?
5th or 6th?
Yeah.
He'll end up staying, but to me, it will depend on the manner that we do it. I've seen a step forward in this game. I can't even say improvement because the last couple games didn't show me anything. But I saw improvement in that game. If you can continue to show improvement in the team and individuals and in yourself, maybe. But for me, as it stands, he could win me the Carabao Cup. I'd still want his arse gone. That ain't going to change nothing for me. I'm not going to say he's won me the Carabao Cup. He got lucky even getting to the semis because Trippier chested the ball down in his own box in the 94th minute. That's it. I don't have to. You look at the run of games that we've had. Not Bournemouth. Brighton and Newcastle were the only difficult opposition that we had. I can't say he did anything wrong against Brighton. I think Brighton also heavily rotated. That was more just Sanchez passing the ball to them for an entire half. But yeah, he set the team up terribly against Newcastle. So like, if we win the cup, we'll see how he impacts the final. But like, that ain't gonna change my decision yet. I need to see what happens over a run of games. That'd be the biggest flip flop going if I was Poch in now. I really be this anti against Poch for like 6 months and then switch just because we made a final. We're in a final. No, we're Chelsea. We're used to this. We have made the most domestic cup finals this century because that's just what we do. So let's not sit there and act like it's something that we should be praising and say, yeah, congratulations, brilliant. No. We've had a shit 6 months, mate. We've had a shit 6 months. We've had good opposition in periods in the Carabao Cup, Blackburn, Wimbledon, which, by the way, we are so lucky that Wimbledon game wasn't televised. People would have noticed the signs by that game if they had watched it. It was hideous. We won off a penalty and their goalkeeper going walkabouts. That was it. So, yeah, no, you have a lot of ground to make up for. 6 months of BS isn't going to go away in a month. So, we'll see. If he wins a trophy,
one of your first Champions League,
Di Matteo.
Right, cool. And did he not get sacked? So someone in the chat saying, "Oh, it'd be very harsh to get him out if he wins the cup and gets Europa League." Arguably, he got sacked for more. You know what I'm saying? And looking back in hindsight, was that not the right call to make?
He got sacked like 6 months after winning the UCL. 6 months, all because we went on one bad run of form in the league, and we were getting knocked out of the Champions League in the group stages. But you see,
I don't hear no Chelsea fans saying, "Oh, looking back and saying, oh, that was harsh. You shouldn't have done that." You know,
everyone was, and then we brought in Benitez, the #1 villain at Chelsea. Everyone was fuming, raging, saying Abramovich keeps sacking managers too early. Why is he doing this? Yeah, no, all this shit. You know what happened? We finished third and won Europa.
So I'm saying, like, all this sentiment is ridiculous. And with hindsight, you can tell, like, at the end of the day, if you can't see that he's bringing in the right players, if he's not implementing a consistent style of football, what are you holding on to? What is it that you're gonna? What is it that you're gonna expect next season? Because you need the team to develop. If you don't think it's developing the way that you want it to, why are you keeping him on? If he's not addressing the players and the positions that you need in your team, let's not forget you won against Middlesbrough. But you still had 2 players that you're carrying. I get it's not all because of him, but you were carrying 2 players. You're not going to have that luxury against Liverpool. Do you know what I'm saying? So ultimately, there has to be multiple fronts for me personally, anyway, that I look at in a manager to say, okay, give him another chance. Not just what you win, but is there actual genuine progression that you can see? You know what I'm saying? So I don't really see that. I don't really see that with this manager. I don't see your football progressing. I see you guys have moments. You had moments when you played us. You should have won that game. And then in the second half, you blew it. So at the end of the day, we've seen little flashes of Chelsea playing well. That game that you played against us, that was an excellent game. But what's been going on since then? Do you know what I'm saying? So listen, player recruitment, it's not his complete fault that he's taken over a team that's been built all over the place. I get that. But at the same time, is he just being a yes man like Arteta and just accepting certain things, or is he pushing for more? Do you know what I'm saying?
Now, the maddest thing is, I can't even call him a yes man. Like everyone, that's the biggest thing people say about, oh, don't get rid of Poch. Which, by the way, I want to bring up this comment because Di Matteo wasn't shit after the UCL win. We were playing some sensational football under him. It was only around November when we dropped off first that everything fell off, and that's why he got sacked. But in terms of what I was saying before, what was it? Yeah, in terms of the team and everything, and the way that. What was the last point? Sorry, I lost my track of thought reading that. What was the last thing you said?
Well, about I was talking about the player recruitment, the fact that he hasn't got all the players that he wants. It's not completely his fault.
Yeah, the yes man stuff. That was it. So yeah, Poch ain't even really that much of a yes man. Everyone always says if we get rid of Poch, we're going to bring in another yes man, assuming that Chelsea already brought in a yes man. If that was the case, why does Poch continue to play Conor Gallagher every single week? I know minus the game on Tuesday, but he keeps trying to push for Conor Gallagher to be re-signed.
He'll start against Villa, 100%.
Oh, 100%, 100%. But he wants Gallagher to stay, and the board don't want him to stay. And he's not, and he doesn't like that. He wants Gallagher to stay. He's constantly asked for experience and everything, which people will say will go against what the board's been asking for. So, like, everyone will act like these owners only bring in yes men. I don't believe that. I just think they've made the wrong decisions in who they've brought in. That's the bigger issue. But it's not a case of they want someone who's just going to agree with everything they do while they just bring in players and try to sell them on for profit. I don't believe that. If they want to sell Chelsea for profit, Chelsea has to be a successful club in the next 10 years. We have to keep winning trophies. We have to keep upgrading. We have to keep improving as a side. So I wouldn't say that's the case. It's just another thing that people use to just rip on Bowley. Everyone's acted like Bowley and the board are the biggest reason for why we are where we are. The only thing I really give them is this manager ID reeks. You man had months and you gave me Pochettino out of all managers. Like, this is insane. I did like a little bit of research into his time at PSG. If I did that months ago, I wouldn't have wanted him either. But like, I only did a little bit of research and that was enough for me to say, nope. Why did we do this? Why do we do this? I looked at his time at PSG and I looked at the statement that we put out when we signed Pochettino. They just lied. They just wrote a paragraph of bullshit about his tactical knowledge and player improvement and everything. And I read it after one of the bad run of games we had. There's their problem. Their manager ID fucking sucks. And if they get it wrong again, they're the problem. They're the primary problem because now that's your third strike. You're out. Potter was strike 1, Poch is strike 2. I even allow you Lampard. That could potentially be strike 3, but the season was over, so whatever.
Who do you think you'll get in next? If Poch was to get sacked tomorrow, who do you think you'd bring in?
Well, Flip or Lopetegui are all out already, so you could potentially get them on an interim. Everyone would scream Jose Mourinho. I'd just take Mourinho over Poch. But if we're talking long-term, nah. Mourinho's your 2-season manager, and then it all falls apart. Big up to Jose, but we got to keep that book closed. We need someone who can work long-term.
Would you take Jose in the summer?
I'd do Jose interim, not long, not permanent. But even then, I'd rather look at Flip or Lopetegui because they could be long-term options for us. And I believe in the squad that we have. I think we've got a great team. It's not been utilized well enough. This midfield's had Enzo in the 10 and Gallagher in the pivot, just passing backwards or losing possession, just killing the momentum of it. It looks so much better without him in that game against Middlesbrough. Everyone talks about Man United. No, Man United was crap because of the way the manager set it up. The amount of space between the midfield and the defence, you could have McTominay billing a spliff in that time and he'd still be able to get a ball in. It was terrible. That's why we lost the United game. Gallagher wouldn't change anything. We'd probably lose the ball more. Probably lose it way more. So I don't know. We'll see how the next few months go. But like, I will not let no Carabao Cup paper over the cracks. I will celebrate that because it's another trophy. We'll recognize the achievement. We'll run shameless prop on all the rivals because everyone's manager will have 3 months to respond. That's it. Other than that, we ain't doing no Poch prop other than that because you have a lot of making up to do, my friend.
Wouldn't really make any sense to get Jose in short time either. I'm with you for long term, but short term, what's he going to do? When's he ever been able to get the best out of young players? And that's what you've got. If he's coming in short term, he's got what he's got. It just doesn't, for me, I don't see it working.
I'm just thinking for the little mentality drive. See if we could get a bit more into these players. Long term, though, like it never works. So I can't really back him for more than 2 years.
I just don't see
I think maybe he goes in because like Poch's mentality fucking stinks. And I'm worried that it's going to start getting into the players. Mourinho could be like the antidote for that. It's a little 6 months. Have him just work on them mentally. Then he leaves. Here's what it is. We can give him a goodbye and everything because we never really got to do that. It's whatever. He might actually get the team cooking a little bit. If he does, maybe
I see him rattling your whole squad. I swear. That's what I see, man. Like little short-term interim thing. I think he would just pee off most of your players, bro, because he's not going to have it. You know what I mean? He's got the old school mentality, bro. He's not going to sugarcoat anything.
But they're younger and more impressionable. That's the thing. Like, if these were veterans, they might not be able to take that sort of shit. Because they're younger, because they haven't really done as much within the game, they're going to listen to every word Mourinho tells them. Especially when it's at Chelsea. Like, Mourinho is still number one. When he said Judas is number one, that never changed. Never changed. So I could see it work. Just as a short-term thing. But I don't think I could take him for any longer than that. I don't want him to kill his legacy here either. You're going to have a whole new generation of fans ripping Jose every week. I can't be bothered for it. Can't be bothered for that. But yeah, I know we ain't got a lot.
What do you think in terms of like your transfer window? Because you ain't been linked with anyone, have you?
No, this is just dead. But
I mean, the window in general has just been dead.
Yeah, other than an experienced striker and a left back, there wasn't really anything we needed to do. And there's no striker on the market. Gyökeres ain't leaving anywhere because Sporting Lisbon are going to win the league and he wants to be a big part of it. Tony ain't going till the summer. Osimhen ain't going till the summer. The Benzema links are just straight bullshit and everybody's being played. So nothing happens. So there's no point rushing. Like, if there's no striker in the market, you don't have to panic by anybody. Like, that's fine. They're looking for a Broja replacement because I'm guessing they really don't rate him. And that's fine, but nobody wants him either, which I kind of get to. I'd just loan him out if anything, but we need him just so we have a striker until Nicholas Jackson comes back. That's about it with us. That's about it. It's been a bit quiet with us, but I don't mind.
We've been the most active team. We're about to get our second permanent signing over the line in the next couple of days.
You got Noosa, right?
Yeah, 18-year-old, 30 million, loaning back for the rest.
This is another one. They keep trying to link our name to Noosa just because we had previous interest in him in the summer. We haven't even tried to hijack that. I don't even think we are. But they keep saying, oh, Chelsea and I think another club have interest in him. No, we don't.
Did you see Ornstein's report saying that Conor Gallagher could still leave this window?
Yeah, he said that 25 days ago. Even Ornstein is doing it. That's how I know this window is washed. It's finito. Just end it.
What about Callum
I
Wilson?
don't mind no movement, but the crappy reposting on a daily basis and then just seeing my fan base feed into all of it and just rage and vent over the same news they saw 3 weeks ago. It's so mind-numbing. It's so mind-numbing.
Even I gave it a break. I gave it a break on the transfer news because they're just recycling the same old news. It's boring. I can't even be bothered to even do a video about it. So I get it, man. But are you guys are not in risk of hitting FFP, are you?
No, I don't think so.
No, you're no.
I think that's why we can't make another transfer.
What's that?
I think that's why we can't bring anybody in right now. We want to sell first before we can do that.
Listen, with your club, it's a bit different, isn't it? Because you guys can still win bidding wars. You know what I mean? You won the war to get Mudryk. Regardless of how we rate the player, you can do that. With my club, I get annoyed because we're not great at bidding wars. So you guys can afford to be like, okay, we're not gonna act now, but when we do act, even if somebody else is in for him, we'll put down the going rate and get the player over the line. But once again, a lot of these clubs are not showing the ambition that needs to be shown, bro. Like at the end of the day, like the fact that a lot of people are saying, "Oh, let's not panic buy." What is our scouting systems doing? Like, what are the scouts doing for all the months that we're not in the transfer window? What are they doing? They should at least have 2 or 3 strikers that they should be looking at, saying, "Okay, cool, we'll go for that option." What are they doing? Because it's not down to us.
This annoys me. Because like with us, we're doing this whole data analyst thing where we're trying to pick players before they end up breaking out, like with what Brighton have done. Yeah. But we're now linked with Gyökeres that you could have got for 10 million from Coventry in the summer. Like, and he's going to go for 100 now. That's why I don't even like being linked with this guy, because like if you were serious, you would have got him in the summer with Jackson and work with the pair of them. Because like I wouldn't see it because I don't watch Championship football, but I think he was top goal scorer or something. He had interest last summer. I think he had interest the summer before. Frank Lampard wanted him at Everton. We didn't even bother going in for him. See, I don't get it. Like half the scouting you see is just players that, to be honest, a lot of people would have been looking at before. Except maybe Tottenham. I feel like Tottenham, for the most part, have been thinking outside the box. Except with Werner. That made no sense. Werner made no sense.
It's just a stopgap. It's just a stopgap till end of the season till we go get a forward. We've got no cover. We've got no, we haven't got anyone who can finish other than starting our forwards. That's the big worry.
It must have been really dry in the market if Werner was the only available one on a quickie. That's crazy.
Yeah, like it'll be here for 6 months and it'll go back to Germany. I don't think we'll trigger the 18 million euro buy clause or whatever it is, 15 million buy clause.
Hey, as long as I get one game with him starting at the bridge so I can give him my real feelings, perfect.
Until he stinks it out and scores the winner.
That
will be your luck as well.
I'll walk out the ground whatever minute it is if he scores, I swear.
This is the thing, and you know what? It's the acceptance as well from so many fans about, oh, but it's January. It's hard to buy in January. Yeah, I got a list right here. Van Dijk was bought in January. Vidic was bought in January. Who else? Luis Suarez was bought in January. Who else?
Enzo, Torres, Madueke, Badiashile, Mudryk. That's all
Yep,
from last
Bruno,
January.
Coutinho. Who else? Aubameyang was also bought in January. So a man telling me that you can't buy in
Rude.
January, why don't we just sell players? I mean, to be fair, Chelsea have always been pretty good at selling players. You look, they've always made a pretty penny in selling your players. You got top money for Mount, you got top money for Havertz, and that's only recently. Do you know what I mean? You got decent money for Peter Cech when he was over the hill. You got good money from us with Willian. You know what I'm saying? So sell the players you need to sell and get in the players that you need at the end of the day. But then I think
if you need a number 9, we have Broya for sale.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying, bro. Like, at the end of the day, like, why are fans making excuses for their clubs? Like, first of all, the club should be able to sell, and they should already have the targets. When people are saying you can't buy in January, that's actually a load of rubbish. And when people are saying, "Oh, there's no quality in the market," well, you're not a scout, and the scout should be able to be out there and identify these players. So I don't know, man. Listen, I don't hear it, man. These scouts have got what 5-6 months out there scouting. All these scouting networks we talk about and everything else, and yet we can't find no quality in the market. I'm not hearing that, man. I'm not hearing that. For me, it's unacceptable for my club anyway. Obviously, I care about Arsenal, but I'm just not hearing it, bro. Like, how are they got what? So we're saying after the main target, what? There's no other targets. So 5 or 6 months of scouting network. All you've got is one target for each position. Is that great scouting?
Yeah, that's poor. That's poor.
You know what I'm saying? Between us, I'm not going to say Tottenham because they've actually been buying players, but you know what I mean? Like, bro, I don't get it. I don't get it how there's no value in the market. I remember being told there's no value in the market and Liverpool found Suarez. You know what I mean? No value in the market and Leicester found Kante and Mahrez. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We always keep seeing gems being discovered every season, but there's no value in the market. What are the scouts doing? Because they're getting paid.
Look at Vicario in the summer. Like 15 million pound.
We decided to get Robert Sanchez. Oh boy. At least you Northside, you got Party back.
What, the same Party they wanted to sell as soon as we got Rice last transfer window?
Yeah, now they're all begging for him back. See how time changes.
It's funny because Partey doesn't solve the fact that we're not creating enough big chances and we're not scoring enough goals. So he doesn't solve any of our biggest issues.
You think, right?
He might pass forwards. I might give you that.
And this is you got to hear me out with this, right? I think the problem with Arsenal's attack at the moment is Declan Rice. I watched a massive compilation earlier of the amount of times that the Arsenal attack is slowed down because when Declan Rice gets on the ball, he can't get forward quick enough. Look, let's be real, he's a fantastic player, one of the best in the world at his position. But the main difference between last season and this season is Kai Havertz and Declan Rice. And both of them aren't excellent passes in the final third, aren't very quick, aren't great on the ball. They're good runners, but like Declan Rice, I see about 15 different clips of him running forward and slowing the attack down. They're the two main differences in that team, aren't they? Defensively, they're just as strong as last season. But attacking wise, I think they're 13 goals worse off than last year, or something like that, or 13. It might be 12 goals. Like Saka isn't been at his best. Martinelli's dropping stinkers. Like 1-5 in win over Palace for me doesn't solve anything.
I hear what you're saying. I think it's a combination. I agree with what you're saying, and to add on to what you're saying, you've also got Martinelli, that is a very one-dimensional player that still doesn't have an overlapping left-sided defender. You know what I mean? He hasn't got a fullback that can help him when he gets doubled up on. That's not going to help him. And then you've got Saka, that Ben White, there's a lot of games where we're playing this controlled football. So then Saka doesn't have the outlet of Ben White. So he's looking for Odegaard. But the thing is, Odegaard, we have no upgrade on Odegaard. And as soon as Odegaard's pressed, he's out of the game. He's not like a James Maddison that can play through tight spaces and can go at defenders. You know what I mean? As soon as you put 2 man on him or you ruffle him up, he's out of the game. And that is Saka's biggest outlet. If he's not allowed to drift on his left foot and strike, he looks for Odegaard to play the 1-2 to get in behind the defender. So, and then you've got obviously Kai Havertz that can't travel with the ball and can't transition from defense to attack the way Xhaka could. And yeah, and I do agree. I agree with you. Rice doesn't do the work that Partey does in terms of going forward. And then you have Jesus that a lot of the times spends his time closer to Declan Rice than to the front three. So I think with that combination and then the whole style of football being more controlled, that's less opportunity for a load of players that are not. They're not clinical strikers. They're not
Even
clinical
Granit Xhaka. Like Granit Xhaka last year was, I think didn't he have double digits, for goal contributions. Like this year he's gone to Leverkusen and they're absolutely flying. They're 4 points clear of Bayern. They've got, Boniface, Grimaldo, Wirtz. They've got a fantastic team and he's slotted in like a glove.
I don't know why did they let Xhaka go on a free?
Because they knew they were going to sign a big midfielder and Xhaka would be on the bench. But then the narrative is they're fixed the bench.
Rice ain't the same type of profile as Xhaka anyway.
Yeah.
But I don't even think he saw him as a replacement for Xhaka, because when we had Partey fit before he got injured, he played Partey as a right back. He didn't move Rice into Xhaka's role. He still played him as the holding midfielder. So I think he should have put Rice as a holding midfielder and Partey doing the Xhaka role. Do you know what I mean?
Because Havertz weren't for sale by the time Xhaka was leaving. So that wouldn't have been the plan.
I don't get it. Honestly, don't get it.
I don't even get what.
You know what? Yeah, if you know what the best explanation for this is, yeah, you see how good Tottenham are playing in terms of football. If you then play a control style of football the way we've been playing this season, your goals are going to dry up. Your chances are going to dry up because you don't have a focal point. And it's the same thing with Arsenal. Regardless of what team you put ahead, both squads have players that individually are not goal-scoring machines. Yes, Son can go on a little run, but let's be honest, he always goes for a dry patch. Richarlison isn't a natural goal scorer, out-and-out goal scorer, which is why he's not the replacement.
No, yeah, I agree.
Long-term. And neither is Johnson. And it's the same thing with Arsenal. We don't have anyone that's going to guarantee us 20-plus goals a season. And when we got rid of Aubameyang 4 years ago, we never replaced him. And he was the only player that could just score goals. Do you know what I mean? He was keeping up with Harry Kane. And them times, Tottenham were, flying. You're playing very good football. And Arsenal were basically a one-man team under Aubameyang. And I think a lot of people forget that. And he was able to still score all those goals. I know he's a limited striker, but with a team that would be creative and actually play to his strengths, you know what I'm saying? He could score a lot more because he was keeping up with Harry Kane. And you couldn't say back then that our team was as fluid or playing as well as Tottenham. So
Aubameyang just one player of the month in France. Aubameyang, just speaking, I know you mentioned him. He's just one player of the month in France.
That's one of the only transfers that left this season that actually hurt. Because Oba could have cooked. I will die on that hill, man. Oba would have cooked at Chelsea if we gave him a chance.
Just leave him in the box, Lewis. You've seen him. Leave him in the box. Do not ask him.
Oh, yeah, we did. But we left him with Mount and Havertz to create for him. Yeah, and then we blamed him for having 9 touches in the game. Like, that piece of shit giraffe ruined an Oba double against Arsenal. I can never forgive that. Never forgive that, man.
He's got 5 goals and 7 assists in 18 games in a Marseille team that plays.
Even Lacazette cooked when he went back to Lyon, went back to France. Even Lacazette was cooking in the French league.
So yeah, he got like 25 goals last year.
This is what I'm saying. So Aubameyang's going to cook when he goes back.
Even Balogun cooked.
Yep.
Apparently a Project Youth, but got rid of him. Make it make sense.
That's another BS buzzword as well. Like, barely any of your youth players are making it through. It's only Saka. And even Saka ain't looking great this season.
I don't get why.
All the other ones you're trying to get rid of. Because, again, it's like, oh, shit, you used the academy just to get extra profit. So it's like most clubs do that. But, hey, when it's Chelsea, we rage. We try and have protests. We try and make banners for Conor Gallagher because, oh, God forbid we use Cobham for profit, like Roman Abramovich didn't spend 20 years doing that and being successful off it, and you all never complained. Actually, no, tell a lie. You still complained. Even when we were winning trophies every year, they were like, oh, no, but we still need to be getting players in through the academy. We can't just buy players at their prime. It don't work out for us. Meanwhile, you win another double, man. Shut up, man. Cobham this, Cobham that. The best of the best go through, and that's it. Big up AC. Big up Reece James. Big up John Terry. That's it. Nobody else. Nobody else made it. Or to an acceptable standard. We are not claiming Mount and Gallagher. We're not claiming them yet. They'll be gone for profit.
They look at Barca, bro, and they think that every club can replicate that. Whereas your youngsters are all going to come through, they're all going to be world class. That's the crap that they sell out to these Arsenal fans, and I'm sick and tired of it. Like that
it's
is
like
very
they can't
rare.
accept a golden generation. Like that's just it. Like look at Pep Guardiola, man, the guy who's behind that. How many youth players make it through Man City and start regularly? Phil Foden barely starts. Oscar Bob has only just got through. Rico Lewis is depth. And that's it. That's it. 2 of them will probably be gone soon anyway. Palmer left for game time. He wasn't getting opportunities there either. He wanted game time. They went and bought Doku instead. And that was the worst move.
Didn't Nketiah come through you lot as well?
Yeah, but we got rid of him early. I think in the teen years. 15, 16 or something like that.
Yeah, he left at like 19, didn't he, or something? Or 18?
Yeah, I don't remember when. He never played for us at a big academy level or even got into the first team. I don't know. Musiala, I don't remember when Musiala went after Chelsea, but he was from our academy too. That one
he
fell
went at
through.
like 17, didn't he?
Yeah, I don't remember where he went, but he fell through the cracks, 100%. But barely anyone uses their academy in general, unless you have a mad generation like the class of '92, like Barcelona's La Masia.
Well, look at
It's
our
a
academy.
rarity.
Other than Kane and Sol Campbell, who else have we had? Harry Winks, Ollie Skip.
That's it. Was Ledley King was from the academy, right?
Yeah, Ledley King, Harry Kane, and Sol Campbell. In the last 20 years, are the only ones that have really come in and done bits. Did you
look at the players that make it through and start?
Huh?
Look at the players that make it through from the academy and start, though. You are talking about some of the best players that your club has seen in the last 20, 30 years.
Yeah.
That's where the level has to be.
It's below 1% of actually academy players hit for us. And today, Tottenham are announced as the richest club in London and the 8th richest club in the world. So if this summer window comes around and we're not going and buying, forget this window, because let's be real, it's practically done. They ain't going to do any much more business. If the summer comes around and we're not going and getting an out-and-out number 9, an out-and-out number 8, and another fullback, then I want answers. Because right now, we've profited more than any team. The only teams that have profited more are Liverpool, Man United, and City. And we're the only team in that top 8 in terms of profit or revenue we've generated that are not in Europe. We finished 8th last year, and we something like 658 million euros we generated without being in Europe or whatever it was for finishing 8th or whatever else, due to the amount of revenue streams that stadium's got. So in the summer, better go and buy a striker. Better go and buy a number 8. There's no excuse now. We get in the Champions League as well, and you've got more revenue coming in. There's no excuse.
Yeah, with the manager that you've just landed, you have to act now. You guys let Poch slip through when he was actually decent. You can't let this one slip. You can't.
No, they won't. I said to North the other day, I think they'll go and give him a lot more. It won't be full 100% backing, but it'll be a lot more backing than they gave Poch. You can't post figures like that or the amount of money we're generating and then say there's no money available. You can't. When we can see, every fan can see it in black and white now. So
we'll have to see. Well, let's hope not.
I don't think so, Lewis, man. Trust me. That ownership, they are not going to do what needs to be done.
I don't think so either, because they fumbled the bag too many times. Man, they sacked Jose 6 days before a final. I can't ever take them serious after that.
Bro, even in recent times, bro, like you just said, Henry, you just said how much money they made. Yeah, that's not including the Harry Kane money, right?
No, that was last year.
That was last year, right? Now they made more money, and that plus the Harry Kane money. And what are they doing? Spending stupid money on Johnson and getting Werner. That's a stopgap, which isn't a serious signing. Do you know what I mean? Getting your second option of a centre back that you wanted. You got your plan B. You know what I mean? It's just, nah, man. It's thinking of doing bare minimum once again. Allowing this manager not to reinvest in a striker that he wants, risking it with Richarlison. Let's keep it real. They risked it with Richarlison because they didn't know that Richarlison would be scoring like this right now. Come on, man. Come on.
Look at those teams in there, right? Real Madrid finished runners-up in La Liga, won Copa del Rey. City won a treble. PSG won the league. Barcelona won the league. Bayern won the league. Man United were in the champs, and Liverpool were in the champs. Or finishing, that's where they, in terms of where they finished. We finished 8th, generated 632 million euros.
That's crazy.
So now we are officially the richest football club in London.
Well done.
Now, you guys better move like it.
There's money, you've got to act like it. And bringing in Son as Grusin, happy with that. But we need an out-and-out number 9. We need an out-and-out number 8. Right? And we need another fullback.
That 55 million on the table, rich boys. Take Gallagher.
Oh, he'll join in the summer. 100%.
There you go, man. 55 on the table. Richest club in London. We cannot compete.
He will 100% join in the summer.
We've got a whole bench if you want. We're doing January sales over here at Arsenal.
Don't delay. Take him today.
You're in a final. There's no way he's going to leave.
Oh, listen, we got Black Friday. We got discounts over here, man. You know what I mean?
We'll give you a free banner with him. Like, these idiots are going to hook up one for him anyway, so you might as well.
We'll pay for their travel. I'm going to up Lewis, man. We're up in the bid. Listen, you can.
Gallagher can run there by himself. You know his work rate. He can get there himself.
You can have the whole bench, bro, for 20 mil. I'm serious.
What for you? Jorginho can complete his trip around London.
No chance.
You can get a tour as well of the stadium and a trophy cabinet if you want. We'll
do that Skywalk tour.
You lot are taking it absolute.
Sold?
Violated.
Bro, it's jarring, man. It's boring, bro. This is actually one of the most boring transfer windows, yeah. And it's just boring, man. Like,
thankfully, it's over in a week. Thankfully.
I don't know. It's just jarring, bro. It's just jarring. I just don't understand how we have protected the value of so many players here, re-signing them, and we can't even sell them for their protected value. You know what I'm saying? We've got all these youngsters and we can't get rid of them. I just don't understand it. We keep getting linked to midfielders over here. We got linked to Evan Nilsson, the Porto striker. The guy's got like 6 goals and 13 appearances for Porto. Like, what's he going to do at Arsenal? Like, we don't need an option. We need the option. The option that's actually going to score us goals. Like, we don't need another striker just for the sake of it, just to do numbers. We need a goal scorer. It's just crazy, bro. Like, I know every signing is risky. We've seen Shevchenko come to the Premier League and flop. We've seen Werner. We've seen loads of players, you know what I mean, come to the Premier League and flop. But at the end of the day, show ambition, man. Try and go out there and do something. Like, you know what I mean? I know Arsenal love the cheapskate route, which is why we're re-signing Nketiah. Just go get Benzema, man. And certain people are telling me, oh, but Benzema is not good enough. Is he a better goal scorer than our current 2 strikers?
I'm promising, don't fall for the Benzema hype, my friend. Don't. Like, you're only going to... It's not even a real rumor in itself. Because that's what I'll say. Arsenal cannot bring him in. They can't. We can't bring him in. Nobody can. Nobody can.
Yeah, but the thing is, we've got a whole bench that he doesn't utilize, so sell him. At the end of the day, we've got Emil Smith-Rowe being linked for 30, 40 mil.
No, but it's not even a financial thing.
Ivan Toney. But all I'm saying is, I would still take him and sell Nketiah and then go get Ivan Toney as well.
I'd take Benzema right now if we could. But I mean, like, Benzema isn't going. He's not going. He's not for sale. They're not getting rid of him. He's not leaving.
Tony's flirting, though. Ivan Toney's flirting. And they're saying we haven't got the money. But it's like, bro, if you sell, we got so many players to sell, Lewis, yeah? Nun Tavares is out there doing flipping tongue flicks with flipping dogs. You know what I'm saying? Flipping Tavares Island. Sell him, you can get 20 million. Get ESR looking like flipping Gordon Ramsay. Get that filled up with that, my club as well. That's 40. Then you got 60. Who else is at the flipping club? Reece Nelson, he ain't good enough. Get another 30. Do you know what I'm saying? All of a sudden, you've got about 80, 90 million.
Jorginho could be another 10.
Yeah.
Havertz, the first available buyer, get a little 20, 30 if you could.
And if any top bidder tells me we can't sell them, so you were lying to me when you said we're protecting their value. Because what do we protect their value to do? For them to stay on the bench or to sell them? Or for their value? It doesn't make any sense, bro. Like, what was the protecting value crap about, bro? Like, I'm sick and tired of it, bro. Like, it's just jarring every single time. We got a whole bench we're not utilizing, bro. And this manager doesn't rate him. So what are they doing here? Even if we got less options on the bench by getting rid of most of them and only bringing in 2 players, well, he doesn't use them anyway. So what's the difference?
Bro, I hear it, man. I hear it. But you've been having to deal with this bullshit for the last year or so about protecting value of the bench and all this shit. It's a load of crap.
Bench is fixed.
What's this guy talking about? This talk about Havertz costing them Tony is nonsense. You were never getting Tony for 65 million. Hold on. We didn't just get Havertz. We also got Raya. So add it together. That's practically the money that you'll go and get for Ivan Tony.
Also, 65 million extra in the bank.
What's man talking about?
Yeah.
Right.
200 million on 3 players and only one of them's any good. One's injured and the other one is absolutely Ruben Loftus-Cheeks. Horrendous player.
Bro, what are they talking about?
But
if you didn't get Havertz for 55 million pounds, if you don't buy Raya, which we didn't need because he's thereabouts the same as Ramsdale, that's almost 100 million. Yeah, sell 2 or 3 of the bench players, even one. All of a sudden, you've got the money for Ivan Tony. What's he going for? 100, 120? So when the bench players, all of a sudden, you've got the money. Is that not a better option? What are we talking about? These men want to do accountancies, bro. I'm not in the business of accounting.
And they ain't accountants.
I ain't accountant.
And they ain't accountants. I hear it. But you, man, we do have to wrap up. It's been another brilliant episode of Capital Conflict. We'll be back again next week, guys. Don't go anywhere. We are redirecting over to Flawless. So that neither of you guys are going live, are you?
No, I'm on Potsy's channel at 9, but no, I'm not.
I'll see if I can get Flawless to redirect over there. But yeah, we're going to redirect over to Flawless. Everybody head over there. I think he's doing a stream with Jan. So what should you tell him? Tell him Newport going to smoke them or something. I don't know. But yeah, big up everybody. We will be... No, there's not going to be any preview tomorrow. We'll do a review. We'll do a review after the Aston Villa game. I'm going to be at the match tomorrow, but we'll be back afterwards. So keep a lookout. Sub to the guys before you leave. Sub to the guys. Click on their profiles in the title. And yeah, get them up, people. Get them up. Big up everybody. Like, subscribe. It's great to be back and everything. And yeah, up the Chelsea. We're still Poch out.